Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Whitney and this is Whitstray Beauty, and I am so excited because today we are going to be playing with the new Morphe foundation. And I've been playing with so many foundations lately and I absolutely love it, so I'm super excited to put this one to the test. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you like foundation reviews. Click that subscribe button before you leave and leave me a comment down below letting me know if you have tried out this foundation, and if you have, let me know what you think about it, and we will jump right in. Okay, so I am so freaking excited because I've been testing out so much foundation lately and I'm loving it. So I think this is foundation review number 2 of the week. And I got the new Catrice foundation as well in my Ulta orders, so that will be coming next week. But today we are going to be playing with the Morphe Filter Effect Soft Focus Foundation. This is the container. And I did order this from Ulta, so I did get a free brush as well, and this is the Morphe E63. I think I might try to apply it with this, but I'm going to say right now I'm probably going to hate it because I just don't like brushes personally. I'm just not a brush person. I'm more of a sponge person. I just think it looks so much more flawless with a sponge. Even though you get a little bit more coverage most of the time with a brush, I prefer a sponge. So this says this is long wear, oil-free, natural finish foundation, hydrates skin and blurs imperfections for the ultimate soft focus look. We will take that. Infused with hyaluronic acid, vitamin E, and glycerin. And that is all of the information I have on the package. So I actually pulled it up on Ulta as well. It says best filter ever. The Morphe Filter Effect Soft Focus Foundation is an oil-free skincare infused foundation that delivers a natural finish for healthy looking skin. I am all for putting skincare, as long as it's good skincare, in foundation, because I think it just, when I'm wearing a foundation that has skincare infused in it, I see a difference. If I'm wearing it consistently, I see a difference in my skin. I definitely have a lot less breakouts than with a foundation that doesn't have skincare infused in it, and I'm assuming they're calling it skincare infused because it has hyaluronic acid, which is an ingredient that I use twice a day and I love, so I'm all for that. It says medium to full coverage, buildable and developed across 40 shades for a range of skin tones and undertones. Plus, it is made to keep up with you thanks to sweat-proof, transfer-proof, and waterproof performance that lasts 12 hours. We're going to test that out today for sure. These transfer-proof claims, we've seen a lot of transfer-proof claims throughout the years, but I feel like everybody is trying to make everything transfer-proof right now because, of course, we're all wearing masks when we're out, so that is, if it's true, a great claim because then you won't ruin your makeup when you put your mask on. Okay, so this foundation was $20. There are 40 shades and I got mine in the shade Filter Medium 13. I have opened this already. I broke the bottom on accident opening it because I don't know about you guys, but I can never crack the sticker seal on anything. I don't know why. I hate doing that. I open all my stuff like that from the bottom, so I broke the bottom. So this is what it looks like. This reminds me of the Dose of Color foundation, I believe. Oh, I guess it's a lot different. When I first opened it, it reminded me of the Dose of Color, but actually now that I looked at them side by side, it doesn't at all. But it has this nice frosted glass packaging, this matte black top, and then you take it off and oh, that is an interesting pump. Look at that. Kind of like form-fitting to your finger. So let me pop my hair up real quick so it is out of the way. My face is, even from yesterday, looking a lot better. So thank goodness for that. We are going to go in with the e.l.f. Mint Melt Cooling Primer. This is my favorite primer right now. It is incredibly tacky, yet hydrating, and it makes my foundations that I've been using it with last so nicely. And look how tacky. Oh, I love that. Okay, so let's pump a little bit out. Oh, it came out really nice. Okay, so it's a little thick. It's not running when I tilt it, so it's a little bit thick. Now, I know a lot of people didn't like the original Morphe foundation. Oily skin person here, I personally liked it. It lasted really nicely on my skin, and it was a little bit thick, but I was able to make it work with like a good base prep, so I did not hate it personally. We are going to go in with this E63 brush. I'm going to go ahead and say that they suggest using it with this brush since it came with the foundation at Ulta. So let's go ahead and go in. Right off the bat, the coverage is definitely really nice. Really nice coverage. I don't hate this brush. I will have to definitely go over it with a sponge to smooth out some of the brush strokes, but it is actually not a bad brush. Oh, the brush isn't looking too hot over my forehead, which is more of like a textured area for me. Okay, yeah. I'm going to go ahead and switch to my beauty blender and put a little bit more on the back of my hand and kind of go over that because it looks really bad over anything that has texture. And that automatically looks so much better. I would rather lose a little bit of coverage than my skin look textured because I hate that. Okay, so first off, the shade, trying to make sure it's all drugged down my neck. The shade is actually pretty good. I did get the medium, which normally I would get a light medium. I don't know if they had a light medium. I'm gonna go ahead and assume they did, but I got the medium either way because I know it is getting warmer here, so I'm gonna be outside more and in the sun, so I'm gonna get a little bit darker. So I went ahead and did the medium because if I liked this foundation, I wanted to make sure it continued to match me. The coverage is really nice. It does, I would say it's about medium right here. You can see some of my blemishes that are still showing through. Let's go ahead and give it a little bit more right in those areas. And just see if we can build it up because it did say that it was buildable. Okay, So that is it with another layer. You can see that it did give it a little bit more coverage. I would still say it's a high medium, definitely not a full coverage. The original one was a little bit more full coverage. So this is what we have so far. I'm going to go ahead and pop some on the rest of the face, and then we will put bronzer and everything on so I can let you guys know how all that goes. Okay, so I went ahead and put foundation on the side of my face and threw on some brows. And now we're going to go ahead and finish up the rest of the face. So I'm going to start off with the Wet n Wild Incognito concealer. I have been obsessed with this concealer since I tried it in my testing Wet n Wild makeup. I will have that linked for you guys, and oh my gosh, I have been obsessed ever since. It is so freaking good. It doesn't crease on me even when it's not set. I have like a little bit of time with it before I have to set it and it starts creasing. It's just really nice. It's pretty medium coverage, which is really what I like in a concealer. You know, my Hourglass one is my absolute favorite. And I actually haven't picked up the Hourglass one since I started using this one, so that is saying a lot. Also, it is like $4 or $5, which is way cheaper than the Hourglass. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and set with my One Size powder. And I am just setting where I did that concealer. Okay, now we are going to do a little feel test. I do think this dried down pretty nicely, so I'm going to go ahead and keep the rest of my face unset. So I got a bunch of these little e.l.f. duos. They're blushes and highlighters. This one here was spec'd as a bronzer, but now that I'm looking at it, I don't think it's going to work. So let's swatch it really quick. No, I'm going to go ahead and not use that as a bronzer. That would be more of a warmer blush on me. So we will go ahead and take my Hourglass palette and I will use this bronzer right here, which you can see it still has shimmer in it, but it's a lot more cool than the e.l.f. one. So I'm going to go ahead and go into my Morphe E4 and into that bronzer and just start warming up the face a little bit. Okay, and now we are going to go in with one of these e.l.f. blushes because I have to try them out. I don't know which one. We have White Peach, which I don't think this is going to go with the look today. And then we have Pomegranate, which is what I'm thinking that we will use on the blush side. And then we have Guava, which is the one I got in my Ulta order yesterday. And we have Spiced Apple, which is also super pretty. But I think for blush, we are going to go into the Pomegranate duo. We're going to go into this blush right here. I'm not going to use... Ooh, I might go ahead and use this highlighter too. These highlighters don't swatch wonderfully. Okay, let's go ahead and go into the blush. And I'm going to go in with my Luxie 514 blush brush. And we're just going to start tapping that on. These are definitely more on the buildable side of blush, which is what I personally prefer. See, you can get a lot of payoff, but it isn't all at one time, so you are able to do that however you want to, which is so much better because I hate when I go into a blush and it's super pigmented and then I feel like I've already ruined my entire look. Okay, and then we are going to do some on the nose. Because I've been loving that little nose blushed look lately. And for highlight, I am going to go in to the Guava Highlight. And this is what it looks like. There we go. So we're going to go into that, and that one swatches really nicely. So I'm going to give my face a spritz really quick. I'm going to be using the Professionals Super Setter, and I've been really liking this. And I'm going to go in with my Morphe Lisa Frank brush. These do not have numbers, but this was the only highlighter brush that they came out with for that collection. I'm just going to, a lot comes off. We're going to tap a little bit of that off and then go right in. That is a really pretty highlight. Wow. These are really nice. They're definitely not the smoothest highlights that I've ever used. So if you have some texture, you'll have to be careful about it emphasizing your texture a little bit, but for this highlight I'm gonna take it. As I'm looking in my mirror, this is looking a little bit powdery, which is really weird because I didn't set my face with powder other than right here where I did concealer, but like right here especially pretty bad in this area, and right here really badly is looking a little bit textured and like I've set it with powder but I haven't. But other than that, I'm actually really liking this foundation, which it's hard for me to find a foundation that I like right off the bat. Some of them I'm like, and then a few hours later, once like everything comes through, I'm like, oh, okay, this looks way better. But I am going to go ahead and finish up the rest of my face, do my under eye, throw on a, and then we'll be back to talk about what I think so far. Okay, so this is what the face looks like so far. I'm actually really impressed right now. I did go ahead and give my face a spritz of the Continuous Setting Mist, and that did mostly take away the like powdery-ish look that I had going on. And I'm really liking it so far. It looks really nice. My face looks really, I don't want to say skin-like because I did have that powdery problem, but I don't know how to explain it. I do really like it. I think it looks very covered, but it does look like makeup a little bit, but I will take that for the coverage. But it does look really nice. And yes, so really quick, let me run through the rest of the products. I did use the Moira Cosmetics Tropical State of Mind palette on my eyes. I used the Lancome Idole mascara on my lashes. This mascara, if you haven't grabbed it yet, like, go get it because it is so freaking good. The glitter on my lid is the Pat McGrath Amour Twin Flames. Oh my gosh, I did a whole review on the Twin Flames. I will have that linked in the description. Check it out because they are so freaking stunning. And I used the hot pink ABH lip stain on my lips. So I am gonna go hang out. I need to clean my house and get a bunch of stuff done today. I need to edit 2 videos, so I'm just going to be hanging out, and we will wear this throughout the day, and I will be back in just a little bit to let you guys know what I think. Okay, so it has been 8 hours, and I am ready to call it a night because I am tired. I still have to edit a video. I'm going to try to get this one edited tonight too, so all my editing is done for the week. Fingers crossed. So, let's start looking. I am pretty oily right now, which is normal because I have oily skin and it's been 8 hours. So the thing I always say, I do have some wearing right here in this area. So the thing I always say is, because I'm an oily skin person, my skin is going to get oily. Like, it almost doesn't matter. Even matte foundations, my skin's gonna get oily. So what I look for as an oily skin person is when my skin gets oily, how the foundation reacts to that. Does it break up? Does it peel off? What exactly happens? So if I touch my face, I get very little, there's a little tiny bit, but very little foundation on my fingers, which is really important to me because that tells me that if I go in with my blotting powder or my blotting sheets, that I'm going to be able to fix this. And that's really what I look for. I usually normally do not wear my foundation for more than 8 or 9 hours, so this would be fine for me. It really does not look bad. Everything, bronzer, blush, highlight, that also looks fine. There's some wear, very little wear in like these areas, but nothing bad. Forehead looks oily. I don't know how a brush fiber, it had to have been there all day. Forehead looks a little bit oily, but it doesn't look broken up. So this is what I look for when I am reviewing a foundation for oily skin, because this is fixable. If I needed to wear it for a longer amount of time, I wouldn't have to go in with any more product. I could just blot the excess oil off and maybe some blotting powder to absorb it and then go about my day. So honestly, I think this Morphe foundation is a win for us oily skin people. For me, it won't always work for everybody, and everybody has their different opinions on what they look for. Some oily skin people, they just want something that they're not going to get oily with. I just personally just don't see that happening. I think maybe 1 or 2 foundations ever have really stayed matte all day for me, so that is just not an expectation I have anymore. So for my expectations, I think this is a win. It still looks really pretty, and I could wear this for quite a few more hours and I think it would look completely fine. So yes, that is all I have for you guys today. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Click that subscribe button before you leave, and leave me a comment down below letting me know if you have tried out this foundation, and if you have, let me know what you think about it, and I will see you guys in the next one.